Welcome back! Today we're putting the ultimate organic fertilizer to the test on 10 different crops. No label reading, just real results. We've tracked months of growth, and now it's time to reveal what this all-natural, high-quality blend can actually do. We'll break down what's inside, walk through the experiment setup, and show you the side-by-side results. From tomatoes to apples, you'll see the data, the visuals, and the verdicts. If you want to know if this is the secret sauce for your garden, stick around. Hit subscribe for more Science Meets Gardening deep dives. Let's jump in and see if the ultimate organic fertilizer lives up to the hype. First up, tomatoes, the summer garden classic. I set up 2 identical plots. Plot A with the ultimate organic fertilizer, Plot B with standard compost. Same variety, sunlight and watering for both. Right away, Plot A's plants were taller, thicker stemmed, and a richer green. The fertilized tomatoes flowered earlier and in greater numbers, setting the stage for a bigger harvest. When fruit arrived, Plot A's tomatoes were 20% heavier and ripened sooner, with a deep crimson color. Taste test? The fertilized tomatoes were sweeter, juicier, and packed with flavor, unanimously preferred by my family. The control group was good, but not great. Verdict: the ultimate organic fertilizer boosted growth, yield, and taste. It's not just feeding the plant, it's unlocking its full potential. That's a strong start for crop number 1. Let's see how it does with leafy greens. Next, romaine lettuce, where crispness and color matter most. Same setup: Plot A with fertilizer, Plot B as control. Plot A's lettuce germinated faster and more uniformly, forming dense electric green heads. The control plot was paler and looser. During a heat wave, Plot A's lettuce resisted bolting, while the control started to stretch. At harvest, the fertilized lettuce snapped with every bite, crisp, sweet, and never bitter. The control was more fragile and slightly bitter. Result: bigger, crisper, sweeter lettuce and better stress resistance. Another win for the fertilizer. On to kale, the nutrient powerhouse. Fertilized kale sprouted faster, with thick stems and deep blue-green leaves. The control was smaller and duller. Plot A's kale recovered quickly after harvest, producing more leaves and extending the season. The leaves were tender and mild, perfect for salads or chips. Control kale was tougher and more bitter. The fertilizer made kale larger, more productive, and tastier. This superfood just got even better. Spinach can be tricky, but the fertilized plot produced sturdy dark green leaves from the start. The control was thinner and more fragile. When humid weather hit, the control showed signs of disease, but Plot A stayed healthy. Harvests from Plot A were bigger and more frequent, with thicker, tastier leaves. Cooked or raw, the fertilized spinach held its shape and flavor. The fertilizer turned spinach into a reliable, high-yield crop. Time for carrots, where the magic happens underground. Fertilized carrot tops were lush and tall, hinting at strong roots below. At harvest, Plot A's carrots were 30% longer and thicker, with deep orange color and almost no deformities. The control carrots were smaller, paler, and sometimes forked. Crunch and sweetness? The fertilized carrots snapped and tasted intensely sweet and earthy. The control was blander and less crisp. The fertilizer created ideal soil for bigger, tastier carrots. Let's talk basil, where aroma and leaf size are everything. Fertilized basil grew twice as tall, with huge glossy leaves and a bushy shape. The control was spindly with small leaves. The scent from Plot A was powerful, filling the air, while the control was barely noticeable. Crush and sniff and pesto taste tests confirmed the fertilized basil was bursting with flavor and aroma. The control was mild and less complex. For basil lovers, this fertilizer is a game changer. Parsley often gets overlooked, but not here. Fertilized parsley formed a dense, deep green mound, no soil visible. The control was sparse and pale. Plot A resisted pests and produced crisp, vibrant leaves. The flavor was brighter and fresher, perfect for garnishes or salads. The fertilizer turned parsley into a garden centerpiece. Cilantro. Love it or hate it, you want it lush and slow to bolt. Fertilized cilantro grew as a thick green carpet, shading the soil and delaying bolting by over 2 weeks. The control bolted quickly, ending the harvest early. Plot A yielded 3 times as much, with intense citrusy flavor. The control was milder and less productive. The fertilizer extended the cilantro season and amped up the taste. On to fruit trees, specifically apples. The fertilized tree had glossier leaves, more new growth, and held onto more fruit. Apples were larger, redder, and had a natural shine. The control apples were smaller and duller. Taste test. The fertilized apple was crisp, juicy, and perfectly balanced in flavor. The control was softer and less vibrant. In just 1 season, the fertilizer made a dramatic difference. Last up, strawberries. Fertilized plants sent out more runners, filled in the patch, and produced a sea of blossoms. The harvest was huge. Big, sweet, juicy berries every day. The control patch yielded less than half, with smaller, less flavorful berries. The fertilized strawberries were intensely sweet and aromatic. The control was good, but not unforgettable. The fertilizer delivered a berry bounty. 10 crops, 10 wins. The ultimate organic fertilizer isn't just plant food, it's a soil and flavor booster. By feeding the soil, you're building a healthier, more resilient garden for years to come. I'm blown away by these results. Let me know your experiences with organic fertilizers in the comments. Want to try this fertilizer? Check the link in the description. If you enjoyed this experiment, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching and happy gardening. See you in the next video.